I'm starting with the man in the mirror, Shamo. I'm asking him to change his ways. And we need to change our ways because that is a song, Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. And we are talking today about integrity, or the sincere fucking lack of it with our British politicians. And if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Yes, Johnny, you need to make a change, mate, because you're going to be talked about in this video. And I quite like Johnny Mercer, but unfortunately, the integrity bell has been called on him. And we're going to start with this bellend, unfortunately. Hamish De Bretton-Gordon, I'm not a huge fan. He's an ex-colonel in the British Army. And all his PC writes are warmongering, gloom and doom, dragging our country down into a place it should never be. Here he is attacking the young people, something he's done before. We're going to go through the article. We're not going to go through the whole thing because it's absolute tosh. It really, before we go in, let's have a look at the articles he's written and you'll start to get an idea of why I don't like this man very much. Firstly, I'm not one to bring down other people in the military. That's not my job, but I will challenge them when their integrity is lacking, whether they are a non-commissioned officer, whether they were a rating, whether they are a senior officer, whether anyone. Do the same thing to me if you see me slipping, guys, because the one thing we need in this country to be upheld is integrity. We need to be looking after each other. We need to be holding our word. And the reason I'm going to talk about this today is because there are some people actively trying to destroy this good nation. And I don't want that to happen. I spoke to a guy this morning living in Australia, ex-Royal Marine, and I said, look, the difference between you and me, mate, is I'm not leaving the UK. So you'll bury me here somewhere. I know where I'm going to get buried, and I'll be buried in an English flag. The rest of the article is then, Putin could now defeat Ukraine with warmongering. I've seen how firsthand how deadly Putin's warmongering. Battle lines, Russians are beatable, but it needs a coherent approach. Warmongering. Russian troops see war. Everything he does is to say we're going to get destroyed by Russia. We need to basically do something about it. And it's absolute nonsense. As is this article, guys. So basically, young people should welcome national service as a way to say thank you for lockdown. Is it time they repay their debt to the nation? Guys, you know how I feel about Gen Z. All right, I'm a big fan. I work them down at the rowing club as well. These are young people. I haven't got any kids myself. I shouldn't have to care. But they are the future of the United Kingdom. Whether you like it or not, these people are the future. If you don't nurture them, if you don't get them into houses, you don't get them stable jobs, you don't get them relationships, they will not value the country they're being brought up in. I know I've told you that already, and I know you've told me it as well in all the emails you send me. So we're on the same lines here, unlike Hamish here. The furor around the prospect of national service. I'm only going to read this first one. In the next parliament has made the programme a political football to be kicked between opportunist prime minister. Yeah, because it's a football, because they want to distract you. I'm not even going to go into this article, guys. I want to show you what's happening here. I'm going to unpeel the onion so that we can see exactly what is on the inside. Not the best metaphor. Nobody who studies or at least understands Putin thinks he will stop in Ukraine. Finland, Sweden and Norway, all liberal countries, maintain national service because they know a white flag to Putin. Right, this is fundamentally untrue. Putin cannot extend into Europe. He can't even take the whole of Ukraine. This is that whole juxtaposition people have in their heads. Putin is going to take the whole of Europe. He can't even take the whole of Ukraine, mate. He's not going to take anything else. Here's the thing about the Russian railway system. The gauge is 1520. The rest of Europe has the railway gauge of 1435. The railway tracks aren't the same size. That's why Germany had a massive issue when it pushed back in the 1940s into Russia. If Germany couldn't get into Russia with its railways because it literally its trains couldn't go into Russia. It tried to use Russian trains, and luckily Russia had blown them all up. You know what I mean? But it couldn't use. Russia can't get out. It cannot. Russia's problem is logistics. Right? Fine. We've done Russia. We've done Russia. We've done Russia. Ukraine. We've done this guy now. I'm not interested in this guy whatsoever. Let's have a look at this next thing. A guy's talking about community. Then this is a dude that's found another dude by the side of the road. We're going to play this now. We need to look after each other. We really do. Else this country's going to go to the dogs. You know how I feel about it. Picking up litter. Whenever you go into a car park, if you walk into a shop, pick all the litter up on the way in, put it in the bin. Look after your verges. Look after your drive. Mow your hedges. Not mow the hedges because that'd be a bit weird. You know what I'm talking about. Let's keep this country. Let's keep it spotless, guys, because else it is going to go to the dogs, and that's not a country I want to live in. But it is a country I will live in because I'm never going to leave. All right, as I said, and you shouldn't leave either because it's a fantastic country. Let's look at this.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
No.
My name's Nate, dude.
Mike.
Nice
Michael
to meet
after
you.
the Archangel.
Is there anything I could do to cheer you up?
Can you get me a coffee or something?
Totally. How about McDonald's?
McDonald's is good.
What would you like?
Double quarter pounder with cheese.
Are you sleeping outside right now?
Yeah.
Here's a backpack and some socks.
The sock is gone.
How about a sleeping bag?
That would work well.
What about a hat?
Yeah. I had a small family and we were very tight-knit, and so it was a house fire. I don't understand how important life really is.
You want to come with me?
Okay.
How long you been outside now?
3 years. It's difficult when you have distant relatives that you can't reach.
Is that something I could help you with?
If you could help me get a bus or a train ticket so I can go back there.
Pennsylvania?
Oh, yeah.
Would love to help you.
Thank you. I have one uncle left. Everyone goes up in flames.
Thank you.
Really appreciate this. You're going to keep me warm tonight.
We'll see what we can put together.
Thank you.
And try to get you home, dude. One more thing, bro. A hug or a handshake. You
Hug would
choose.
be good, man.
Let's not crush your burger.
No, it's okay. You can cross the burger.
My friend Momus here makes a very good point. Let's listen to this bit that Johnny Mercer talks about here. We're only going to play 2 seconds of Johnny. Now, I would just like to say I have zero beef with Johnny Mercer whatsoever, apart from the fact, as a politician, as a former military officer, I'd expect this man to be doing a lot better. And I'll show you why. Let's play this now and I will show you exactly what happens.
Hey Plymouth, so day 5 of the general election campaign, and this reaction to the policy of national voluntary service is absolutely daft. I think that anything that binds communities together like this, that really gives young people an opportunity to serve, to be part of something bigger than themselves, you know, to teach them the kind of values and ethos that I had when I was a young man.
Yeah, it's a good thing. He goes on to say it's a good thing, right? He's talking bollocks. I'll tell you why now. As Moma says up here, I'm sorry, but if you guys are actually serious about it, you would have rolled this out, debated it, and implemented a revised form of it. In the 14 years, we know this is 6 weeks out for election. I don't want to labour this, guys, because what they're trying to do is hide their exceptionally poor record on immigration. I'm a conservative man, but unless you bury these people into political obscurity for a significant length of time, we're not going to hear the end of this. They're going to think, if we vote them back in again, they're going to think they can carry on doing this. We need to almost suffer 5 years of Labour. It's going to be horrific. Rebuild conservatism and then come back a lot stronger than we are now. Right. I said here, I just want people to forget about their poor record on immigration. All right. So the reason I bring up Johnny's thing here, where he says how great national service is going to be, is because he ruled out national service idea 4 days before the election announcement. Veterans Minister dismissed the policy on May 18th, saying being in the military is very different now. I'm not going to go through this one either, but he's saying that he does not agree with the national service idea. And you've just seen him say that he does. And today he puts out this thing this morning where he talks about authenticity, decency, and integrity. This is fucking not on, guys. This is fucking out of line. I've sworn twice on my channel, and both of them were in that last sentence. I got involved in politics because I think what people want from their politicians is fairly straightforward: authenticity, decency, integrity. I always put causes above myself, and I'm not saying he doesn't. With the veterans, he absolutely does. But Johnny, I would have so much more respect for the man if he said, look, I don't agree with this idea. I don't agree with the idea of the national service at all. However, there's something to be said for the benefits to community and everything else, and I fully appreciate that. However, we're 6 weeks out from election. Of course, he can't say we're trying to hide our poor record on immigration. He can't say it, can he? And you're asking people to do national service. You're asking the core demographic of the United Kingdom, which is over 80% white men, basically, who join the military, that is, and women. And you're not even letting you didn't let these guys in to the military. Now you're asking them all to do national service. The whole thing is, this is why you need to bury conservatism, 0 seats. I know we're going to have a Labour government that's unopposed, but you need to let Labour come in to see how absolutely nonsensical they are, what absolute disaster it's going to be. Fine, bring socialism in. We'll turn into some of these random countries that have, I mean, just don't, it's going to be awful. And then we'll work from there. We're going to be Venezuela or something, you know what I mean? Guys, look, also, when I do these beginnings of my videos and I do singing and stuff like that, I'm not mentally unwell, not as much as some of you that write to me anyway. Look, I tell you what I do to stop myself spiraling, guys. I lift weights every morning. I go for long walks. I don't drink alcohol. I eat healthily. I've got a great marriage, all right? And I involve myself in the local community. I hope that makes sense, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you are interested in another video that covers this one, the one I put out before that, then I'll put it up here. Shambo! Have a look at that one and just click on that and have a little bit of a listen about conscription. Guys, I really appreciate your comments. Really appreciate your emails. You know I love it lots. Long time, Tim Davies, Fast Jet Performance.